So for this assignment, I created measurement targets and then proficiency scales. And it's actually something that we've been working on as a district anyway. At the end of last school year, myself, the principal, and our instructional facilitator attended an RTI training through Solution Tree, and I attended a workshop on essential standards, which was something we had decided over the summer that as a math department we needed to identify our essential standards and focus on mastery of the essential standards. So for the measurement targets, I had already had that completed. I had worked that with my math department, and we used a formula to identify the measurement targets. We used the real formula, and we got that from the workshop that I had attended. And we gave each of the math standards that I had a ranking based on the real system, and we identified the top 19. The reason we settled with the number 19 is because it just felt that the 20th one didn't fall into alignment really well with the others. So we had decided 19 for the year, and then we could divide them up into roughly 5 per quarter, which was a number that Solution Tree in the workshop had told us was a realistic amount. So we had the learning targets, the essential standards, the measurement targets already identified. Through this course, then, I needed to create proficiency scales, which is something we haven't done fully as a district, but it was something we were going towards anyway. We took each of the essential standards and we broke them down into specific learning targets, and then decided what we needed for mastery of each specific learning target. When I created the proficiency scales, I took the essential standards that I had identified, the measuring targets, and decided that a score of a 3 would be mastery. A score of a 4 would be exceeding, and then 2 would be very close, almost there, and a 1 almost always was they could do it, but they needed assistance. When I turned in this paper to you, and the feedback that I got from you talking about I needed to incorporate, or I should incorporate, like a 2.5, a 3.5, I definitely agree with that. All of this that we've been doing in our district is a work in progress, and it's changing as we go. The only one thing that we've definitely decided, we have identified what we truly feel are our essential standards. Our measurement targets, we feel really confident with those. The proficiency scale and how we're tracking our data, this is a learning process for all of us. And it's something that's still a work in progress. We're tweaking it as we go to be sure that we're getting the most accurate data for our needs. The other concern that we have is our state assessment. That was part of the real formula that we used to identify the essential standards. That was only one category of the real formula. It's something that concerns us mainly because it's a new test and we don't know what exactly they're looking for. We do feel very confident in the essential standards that we have identified. Where we're concerned or have some questions about is what we consider mastery. Is it the same as what the state's going to consider mastery? That's only a part of our concern. I do truly believe that I'd never want to teach the test that our scale needs to be based on what's best for students' needs. Our bigger part of identifying the mastery target was for the students' next steps. The problem with student next steps in Algebra 1 is there are multiple paths that they could go, and identifying what is essential for all students gets a little trickier at this age, because what's essential for the student depends on the path that they're taking. Are they going to a technical school? Are they college bound? We struggled with that part of the identification because one standard might be important, more important for a student who's going on to college than it would be for a student who's going into a trade school, a CTE program. So that's something that we may need to tweak for upcoming years. We're going to see how this goes. It's definitely a work in progress. This course is aligned perfectly with what our district was going with anyway. So we have a few more factors to consider with our measurement targets, our measurement targets and our proficiency scales. But I am really excited to see the outcome with the data that we are going to get. I'm working on identifying which 3 I think I want to work on for the next unit that I'm about to go into as soon as our snow that we got allows us to get back into school. I pretty confident on 3 that I want to focus on. I think for the next assignment, focusing on just 3 of them will allow me to, make sure that my measurement targets are good and tweak my proficiency scales as I start seeing student work and I start receiving the data for that. So I'm excited to begin the next assignment. Thank you.